Chilli ZET.
It's not your first visit in Poland, so tell me, how do you feel in our country? Can you see some changes here between all of your visits in Warsaw?
Yeah, we definitely see progress. We see it's well. I'm not sure if it's progress, but it's definitely getting more Western and more. See, apparently more luxury. So it's definitely actually it wasn't me actually saying that, but it was the sound engineers in the back in the van saying like, it looks better, it looks nicer. But last time already we went to the mall.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic mall.
Maybe because of European Union.
Yeah, probably. Which for us is quite handy, of course, because we travel all the time. So it's for us it's good. It would be even better in Poland if you had like euros. You know, it would be much easier for us.
Get rid of the zlotys. Just go with euro.
Okay, so tell me, I will start from the beginning. There were quite confusions with the name. How it was with Hoover and Hooverphonic?
Oh, it's a very simple question, and actually, the story is very simple. Actually, a lot of people think it had something to do with the vacuum cleaner company, but that's not the case at all. There were already two bands called Hoover back in the days, an Austrian band and a German band and an American band. And so we didn't like the fact that we were not like, that we didn't have an exclusive name. So that's why we changed the name into Hooverphonic. And the reason why it said Hooverphonic was already on the first Hoover album. It said in really small, tiny letters. It said like Hooverphonic, like with the stereophonic sign kind of. And so we liked it. And we said like, well, we changed the name into Hooverphonic. And actually, without knowing it, we did the best thing ever because there was no internet back then. But then when the internet became really popular, if you do like a Google search on Hoover, you end up with dams, corrupt CIA guys, whatever. And if you do Hooverphonic, it's always the band, it's always us, you always end up on a Hooverphonic related page. So we were quite, how do you say it? Visionary.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hooverphonic is also more original, more luxury.
Definitely, and it's also more related to the sound, actually. The Hooverphonic, it's kind of like this stereophonic, symphonic, it's all in there, yeah.
And my first question for Naomi, tell me, how it happened that you started to play with Hooverphonic?
Like all the other girls that I did an audition. I sent in my demo with 4 songs on it, and it was my father's idea really, who made me do it. Not really. He pushed me, like he really motivated me to do it, and I sent my songs to them, and like immediately I got a response from, oh, where did you record this, and when did you do this, and yeah, it was cool to immediately get response from that, to immediately get some feedback, and yeah.
So firstly, you didn't believe on yourself?
Yeah, it's with me. It's always like my parents always told me, yeah, you're a great singer, you must do something with it in the future. But parents always like what their children are doing. So my mother always told me, yeah, you're a great ballet dancer, but I really sucked at it. So I was like, yeah, you can tell me I'm a great singer, but to get feedback from 2 professionals like them, that was kind of like my trigger moment, I think. So
now you have proof that you are really
yeah, I think so, yeah.
But it's true that you have also application from Poland?
Yeah, we had Polish applications, and actually the girl sang really well, but her English accent was not good enough, which of course is important for us. But yeah, I still have the demos on my laptop actually. Oh. Yeah.
Do you remember her name?
No, I don't remember her name anymore, but she also did something with fashion actually. She made clothes and she sang. Yeah, it was very interesting.
It's very, very interesting. And also a question for Naomi. Tell me, it's easy to become a part of the band in the middle of his career. Can you see people sometimes compare you with other vocalists?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, but that's normal, I think. The previous singer, Geike, she sang in the band for 11 years, so comparison is like natural for people to do. So I'm not really, how do you say it? I'm normal. I think it's normal to do so. So I think it's interesting. They think, yeah, you have the same color in your voice, but I don't think so. But it's fun that other people think so. I said so a lot in that sentence. Yeah, I don't mind at all.
Do you think that Naomi changed Hooverphonic or not?
Of course she did, you know, like it's chemistry, you know, and if you change one of the components, then of course there's a change. But there's a lot of people saying, like, you know, when we released the first single the night before, a lot of people said, like, well, she sounds like Heke, but of course, you know, there's the Hooverphonic sound, you know, there's the songs and the orchestrations and the arrangements and the production. But in fact, she has quite a different voice, actually, and that's also something we were looking for. We were not looking for a copy of Heke. We were looking for somebody completely different, actually. Just a good vocalist with a lot of personality and a lot of charisma.
I think that is good for your fans also, because you have still the same things in Hooverphonic and also some fresh things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we like to evolve, you know, and also... Even the president of the LSD Golf Club, our last album before this one, was really important for us. It was maybe a very dark album. There were no singles, so it didn't get a lot played on radio or whatsoever. But it was the first album where we completely played live. You know, where everything was played live and there was no programming whatsoever. And on this album we did the same. We played everything live. We didn't program anything. So basically, even without that album, we couldn't have made this one. So every album is really always important. But with every album, we always try to do something new. And it has to be said, this is one of the most up-tempo and happy records we ever made. You know, like, although there's still some dark parts on it, but it's less melancholic and less bombastic as well. Because before the president of the LSD Golf Club, we made No More Sweet Music, which was really bombastic and big and larger than life, you know. And so on this album, we went back to the roots, which is like very 60s retro movie-inspired pop music.
In Belgium, album The Night Before, during only 1 week, became a platinum album. And next, the single, during only 3 weeks, was on the top on our play chart. Did you expect so big success of that CD?
No, to be honest. We didn't know what to expect, actually. That was basically what it was. We hadn't done anything for 3 years. We were working with a new singer. So it was like one big question mark, you know. We knew we had good songs. We knew we had good singles. We knew that all the big record companies were fighting to sign us, so we knew there was a buzz and we knew there was something there. But still, you know, every time you release an album, it's a scary moment. Every time it's like, you know, is it gonna work? Will people like it? Will they hate it? You know, for instance, Noémie's biggest nightmare was like that some old fans would create a hate group on Facebook or something, or, you know, like, you never know how people are gonna react. So, but that's also what we love about this what we're doing, you know. It's always like, you know, taking risks and doing stuff and following your gut feeling and hoping that your gut is telling you that you're going the right direction. And so it's I think it's we knew there were good singles, but we never expected it to become such a success, you know. We're in Italy now at #1 in the airplay charts, and we never done that before, even though with Mad About You, that was a huge hit in Italy, and now we went over that. In Belgium as well, we went over the success of Mad About You. So that is like, even, that's exceeding any expectations we could have had.
Chilli ZET.